Okay, now the second part of that, so now we could split this into two halves, this section. Yeah, if we split this into two, I'd recommend practicing. We're going to play A, B, C sharp, D. Now I'm going to use the open A string, 2 B's, 2 C sharps, 2 D's. If we put that together with the first bit, we have okay, now you might say, well, that doesn't sound exactly like Jaco. But what Jaco was doing, he would introduce muted notes into this bass line, especially with the first bit. That was all pretty much you're playing the notes. But when he came to playing the A, B, C sharp, what he's doing is he's putting mutes in between, and he's actually hammering on as well. Okay, so this exercise I'm going to give you. Now in the bass line, the on beat would be on this A here. Okay, but to loop this, I'm going to put the on beat on the D here. Play 1 D and then 2 muted notes. Then hammer open A to B. So D and 2 mutes, A to B, 2 mutes, C sharp to D. So yeah, you've got in between the hammer-ons there's 2 mutes. So note, 2 mutes, hammer-on, 2 mutes, hammer-on. Play that with a beat. So there's loads of different ways to practice this style. One way is to keep your right hand just playing 16ths, and then your left hand's going to choose which notes you're going to play. So at the moment for that I'm just going to play the D and then B and go up chromatically 2 notes on each, back to D. Now what I want to try and do is, instead of playing 2 notes, play say 1 note on the B, C, C sharp, and that would sound like this. But if your right hand is doing this constant thing, you're going to have a note and then a mute in between each. Now with this bass line, what's nice about this as well is because A is the 5th of D, we can use open A's as well. And then the hammer-on technique is I did a video about this before. That creates this really nice groove, and it also gives your right hand a bit of a sort of breather, or rest rather. Your hand doesn't breathe. So what you're doing then is, if you're going to do a hammer-on, of course the right hand's got to stop at that point. So that's a nice exercise for that, just playing, I'll play from the B, so I'm going to play 2 Bs and then hammer to C. So note, note, hammer, note, hammer, note, hammer, note, hammer. And what happens then is your right hand starts playing offbeats. I'll try and do half the speed. Okay, so I didn't talk about placing these two sections together. What happens when you put the two sections together is the last A, here we go, we're just going to play one A there, and then after that A we're going to have 2 mutes. And then after that, those 2 mutes, hammer A to B, and then 2 mutes, hammer C sharp to D. So you end up with this. I end up with the hammer, with the mutes raking. So with this Jaco bass line, even though I said, you know, D, D, A, C, A, B, B, because we have open A's, we can use the bass lines in D, so we can also use the open D. So yeah, you've got a kind of freedom, but the best thing to start is to have a constant thing.